Yeah, Jeff, just the vibe in practice today, I assume it was much better than the last time. What was the intensity like?
Yeah, no, the intensity was good. I thought our guys came out to get better, so that's what we need to continue to do.
And just what was the after Saturday's game? What was the focus or the just what was the message like in practice today?
It was, we're still working to clean up our D zone coverage, so that's an area. Certainly, I mean, there's nothing systematically that's solving, some of the issues we had Saturday. When you don't win puck battles, you don't win puck races. It's hard to play. I don't anticipate having, you don't have many of those games throughout a year, and I know our guys care, and I know our guys are gonna, do a better job of that. That doesn't mean that you execute every time. Doesn't mean it goes your way. It doesn't mean the puck doesn't go in your net sometimes. But I know that we won't have a similar type of in terms of just to compete in the overall execution.
And just after a game like that, you inclined to shake up things a little bit as far as whatever you can, given the roster, the defense pairings look like some changes.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we do tomorrow. I'm not totally glued to those, but I would say it's easy certainly to shake things up. It's, I think you could, after a game like that, you could replace, you could take, most guys out. You could probably put anybody in. It doesn't necessarily make it right or the best decision for the next game. So I think we got to kind of, sort through that a little bit and decide what's best. And you can't make decisions out of frustration. That's not a smart thing. You got to calm down and make sure you're making wise decisions. And, we want to get a look a little bit today in practice, and we got to look.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
Max Ballman.
Is that the same with? I know you talked about you could move the Mesnikov back off the left line. He was skating with him today. Is it the same idea? Just getting a look, or you think you'll look at?
I don't know. We'll see. I haven't talked about it, with our group yet. After practice, we evaluate the practice, go through it, watch it, and see if we think that works. And some of that depends on what other guys do.
You talked before the last game about Rasmussen playing on the wing, giving him a chance to get to the net. He obviously scores a tip goal there. Is that kind of the type of play you're thinking of, or?
Yeah, I mean, that's the play. He can, I think, be a guy who can make a difference net front and can make a difference with those types of, offensive zone, get pucks to the cage. He's a big man who can tip pucks. Is he more freed up on that in the wing? I'm not positive that that's true. I'm not saying he can't do it as a center, but there was a conversation that went back to when he was first drafted, whether we should play him at center or wing, and whether when he was coming into being a pro, that I had with a number of different people, and there might be some reality of that. So, I think you got to play it out over time and see.
How does the power play kind of figure into all that? Because I know he's not in that role in either power play right now.
Yeah, he's had some opportunities on it. Unfortunately, on the power play, you can't just get set up and stand there. You got to get to the setup point, and so part of that's making the right decisions off the rush and things like that. And there's been times where he's been on it and he's been fine. But it's also then a lot of responsibility between power play, penalty kill, and the top 9 role. And at times we've said, okay, let's bring it back a little bit and make sure he focuses on other areas. So I think, long term, can he be a good power play guy? I think he can, but he's got to prove it.
Lean St. James.
Jeff, not specific to Saturday, but just overall, have you guys strayed a bit from the identity you need to have? You've talked a lot about how you guys need to grind out low scoring games, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know that we've gotten there yet this year in terms of, we haven't been a good enough defensive team really all season. It's something that we're continuing to work on and continue to want to get better at. Some of that's confidence defensively, but it's certainly something that we still need to get better at. I don't think that's been enough of our identity. I do think our identity at times this year has been, an extraordinary high compete level, extraordinary high sacrifice level, and I don't think that's been to the degree it needs to be. Certainly not Saturday, but probably not against Colorado either. So, I don't think we played super smart against the Rangers, but I did think there was a lot of compete and sacrifice. And that's an area of our game that we got to make sure that we're great at. That, again, the last 2 games I don't think have been urgent enough.
Why do you think defensively you guys have slipped a bit? Because that was an area last season where you guys really bore down and showed improvement.
Yeah, for sure. I think part of it is, as you move guys in and out, you have different look to your team a little bit. And, sometimes, I'd make an argument, we probably have some naturally better offensive players this year and maybe not as naturally as good defensive players. And sometimes it's partly that, Helene, that, if you get your offensive guys to learn how to be great defensively, or even young players to learn how to, be in those roles and be great defensively, then you're going to get a lot better. So, I don't have the exact reason for it, but we're going to keep working on it.
Lastly, just, when you talk about goal sledding and such, of course, some of the focus is on goaltending, but do you look at when you judge how you guys have played defensively, do you almost take the goaltending out of it and just evaluate the skaters from that perspective, or?
No, both, I think the goalies are evaluated just like the players are. There's no, I think the goaltending position is the most important position in hockey. And, I hold our goalies to a high standard. So when I think they need to be better and execute at a higher level, I make sure and let them know. But I also am cognizant of the fact that good defense can really help read good goaltending. So, it kind of goes hand in hand, and we probably need better of both. And to be honest with you, if you look at the last, a couple of games, we need better from everybody, but throughout the course of the year, we need to be better defensively from everybody. So we'll keep working on it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ted Colton.
This is kind of segueing to Helena's question. I mean, the goaltending, does that kind of leave a mark mentally, a game like Saturday, or do you have to, if you're those two guys, you have to like shake it off as quick as you can, or what?
It can leave a mark. It certainly can, if you let it, both for our goalies or our team. And the only way to kind of not allow that to happen is to go back to work and then execute shift by shift and save by save. And I think if you really focus on the process of it, you get back on top of your game. Confidence matters 100%. It matters for a hockey team, matters for a skater, matters for a goalie. And the problem is nobody can give you confidence. You got to go out and earn the confidence. And part of that's the work you put in. And our guys certainly put lots of work in. Now we got to go earn the confidence in the games. We
may have talked about Ned last week, but then after Saturday night, I mean, are you seeing something there with him? Is it just, is he trying to regain what he had a month or two ago or whatever it was?
Yeah, again, I would just say, I think when you see goalies kind of get on a roll, usually they're real confident and it can work the other way. And I just think we all got to kind of regain, after you give up 15 goals in 2 games, you got to regain your confidence defensively. You got to regain your confidence as a skater. You got to do the same as a goalie. So I don't necessarily think it's anything technical. There's certainly some technical areas that Jeff Salenko and Ned have worked on all season that they'll continue to work on to get better. But I just think it's a matter of going out and let's go out and work to earn our confidence.
Last one. I mean, did you see it? Did you watch that game all over again yesterday or today or anything? Or
yeah, we watched it again, it is what it is. I mean, obviously it was a wild game. I had a lot of texts from friends of mine that are in line to buy season tickets. They thought it was great, and obviously I didn't. But listen, it's good that we were able to make it a game, and we get a power play. If we score, who knows what happens. I just want to make sure we focus on what really matters, and that's making sure we play better hockey.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jeff.
Yep.
All right, those are all the questions we had here for Coach Blashill. Thanks everyone for joining us.